So, funny story time. I'm remodeling a room. Well, I'm remodeling an entire house. And there's a whole bunch of crap all over. There's desks and chairs and papers and notebooks and all this crap all over an entire, 7-bedroom, 3-bath house? Something like that. That used to be used for offices, and then it was an apartment complex, then it was turned back into offices and whatnot. So I'm doing all this remodeling, I'm throwing all this shit away. And as I'm going through room by room to make sure I got all the stuff, I come across this freaking box. And there's this little white box on the wall, and it's about the size of my hand. And I'm looking at the box, and inside the box, it's got this little cutout spot, about yay big. And so inside that little cutout spot is a little red square. I'm like, well, what the hell is this little red square? So me being the curious guy that I am, I push this little red square. And when I pushed this little red square, this little red rectangle popped out of the top. I'm like, whoa, that's fucking cool. That's kind of like my own little push button and popping out, like when you were a little kid, you had the little things you push and it pops up. So anyway, I'm sitting there, there's on top of the box, there's this little wrench, this little plastic fork looking thing, and there's little slots that line up. I'm like, well, this is kind of cool. So I push the wrench back down into the little thing, and the little red rectangle disappears, and then that little red box popped back up. I'm like, this is awesome. I love this. Why am I not playing with this more? And so I'm sitting there, I'm playing with it for about 10 minutes, and I'm just popping it up and popping it back down and all this. And so I'm like, okay, well, I better pretend like I'm doing some work. And so I stopped playing with it, and I'm going about my day, and I'm working, and then about 15-20 minutes later, the building that I am in is surrounded by police. You see where I'm going with this? So come to find out, there was some not so great people occupying that building at one point in time, about a decade ago. And for the safety, when they switched it to offices, they decided to put in a silent alarm. So what I was doing was I was tripping a silent alarm multiple times that, as far as the police knew, had been deactivated a decade ago. Whoops. Let me tell you how dumb I felt when officers were saying, yeah, that's not a play toy, that's a felony, that's a federal offense. Well, I didn't know what the hell it was. I ain't never seen an alarm like that. Like, I'm thinking of robbing a bank or something. They always hit that little doorbell-looking button. That I would say that would be a silent alarm, but not this bad mamma jamma. No, it was a white box with a red trigger in it. How the hell am I supposed to know that shit? So after I told my story to the police officers, they kind of understood a little bit. So needless to say, I'm not pushing that red button again, because they ain't gonna be so nice the second time around. I'm sure of it. They probably will take my ass to jail. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You're going to prison. No, it was an accident. But fun times at Mega Mountain, let me tell you.